From Cobb County, Georgia, we welcome you to baseball from SunTrust Park. Tonight, it's an NL Eastern Division showdown between the Miami Marlins and the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are looking to collect their 8th win in a row next. Kevin Gossman gets the ball for Atlanta in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you always like to begin the season on a good note. In his first start of the year, he did just that, picking up the win. There's nothing he'd like to do more than to get number 2 in this one here.
In now, Starlin Castro, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
For Miami, the second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Here comes the first pitch. And the first pitch of the game is taken for ball 1 as we are underway tonight from SunTrust Park. Well, boys, these Braves, as they take the field here tonight, they come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
You know, Matty, the season's such a grind, and you fight so hard day in, day out, and you're playing against the best players in the world, so you know you're going to lose some games coming out of spring training. To get on a roll where you win 7 in a row, a week of everything coming together, that's a special feeling.
The 1-2. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Drilled to the right side. Freeman is up with it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. With that, a look at the batting order for the Marlins. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Yeah, you know, I love what the Grandy man, Curtis Granderson, does for this ball club. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. I love watching this guy hit in clutch situations. It's like he takes a deep breath and everything stops in front of him. He plays like the Zen man.
Miguel Rojas comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Pushed softly over toward the right side. And he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
That is third.
Now with the play, Brian Anderson. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. And we're just underway from SunTrust Park. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Miami down in order, and now the Braves will get their initial shot here. No score. Pablo Lopez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. And he will start the bottom of the first with a leadoff 2-base hit.
You always want to start an inning off with a bang, and I'd say this qualifies. He gets a fastball and doesn't try to do too much with it. Goes with it to the opposite field towards the gap and picks up the leadoff double.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder, pulled toward right center field. Catch made out there in right center as the runner will tag from second. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away. And time now to take a look at how these Braves are lined up in this one. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, I really appreciate the tenacity that Ender Enciarte plays with. He's a special player, no doubt. But at home, get this, he's hitting over 400. I mean, he's swinging the bat. He's hitting everything. He's just a very special player playing at home in front of these fans.
Digging in, Freddie Freeman, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. High in the air out to center field. Sierra's under it. And the play is made, but this should be good enough for an RBI as the runner from third tags up. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ballgame. Digging in, Josh Donaldson. Bases empty and 2 gone following the sacrifice fly. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Played on the backhand. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. On now to the top half of inning number 2. It's the Braves 1 and the Marlins nothing. In is Curtis Granderson. His career numbers against Kevin Gausman. He's hitting .429. He's also hit a couple of home runs against him. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And the first pitch to the 38-year-old veteran is in for a called strike. 0-1. And he fouls this one off. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Fouled off. Skied into very shallow right. And therefore it is Markakis, and that's your first out.
Time for a look at the Braves on D. And let's focus our attention on the guy behind the plate putting the digits down. That's Brian McCann. I don't think he gets enough credit for his defense. The ability to massage a pitching staff, soft hands, and a nice throwing arm to second base. We already know from the offensive side he's a multiple-time All-Star with the ability to launch.
Jorge Alfaro is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Behind 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Back behind second. Albies has a play. 2 down.
Batting 5th.
Here's Neil Walker. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only 1 score. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Fouled away. Now the 2-1 pitch is in there for the second strike. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. It remains 1-0. And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. First offering on its way. No balls and a strike to count. Lopez has become known as a starting pitcher that frequently works deep into games. The kind of guy you want on the staff when your team needs some rest because he tends to eat up innings all by himself. Here's a huge swing by Acuna and a drive to deep left. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
Hey, there's another base knock right there. A hitting streak now up to 8 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, 8 games. Now we're starting to think about it a little bit. You know, you get past that week, you just know you're locked in. They start talking 8 games, now you're like, oh, they got a nice little hitting streak going.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Grounded to the right. Castro's got it. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Check out the Miami Marlins on defense.
The second baseman.
And let's take a look at Curtis Granderson. He stood the test of time. Former center fielder, can play both corners as well. Known for picking him up and putting him down. This guy can go get him in the gaps.
Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Sierra looking up. Gone!
Yeah, with one out and a runner on third, he just wanted to lift one to the outfield to move across the run. But he does a heck of a lot more than that by lifting it right over the fence.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. McCann, a previous member of the Houston Astros, he was signed as a free agent in the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
So coming to the plate, Kevin Gausman. Here comes the first pitch. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Granderson on the move. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. But two in the inning for Atlanta, both coming on this two-run home run. We've played two. It's now 3-0 Atlanta. Stepping up to the plate, Gabby Guerrero. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, 1 away. Stepping in, Magneuris Sierra. His career numbers against Kevin Gausman. He's 0 for 4. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Inciarte's there, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Stepping up now, Pablo Lopez. His guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. Grounded down the third baseline. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. But the recovery throw will be in time to first. A good job that time of not giving up on the play, and the inning is over. Miami down in order. They trail in this one 3-0. Stepping into the box, Ender Inciarte. As we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
He pulls this one into right, but he will come on strong out there in right and pull this one down for the first out. So stepping in, Nick Markakis. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. Hit softly on the ground to first. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
The first baseman, number 5.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Picked up an RBI on a sac fly in his first appearance. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Freeman will head to second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Sometimes the first pitch is the best pitch you'll see all at bat. Definitely coming out of his shoes. Aggressive style. First pitch. Base hit up the middle.
So a runner in scoring position with 2 men gone. And that brings up the former American League MVP, Josh Donaldson. And that's through into left, a base hit. Freeman isn't stopping. Here he comes to the plate. Safe at the plate. And they lead now by 4.
What a frustrating
Now
inning
batting.
from a pitcher's standpoint,
fielder.
where you get the first two out of the inning,
Acuna.
the next guy doubles,
Junior.
and then you give up a 2-out base hit to drive in a run.
Yeah, and you want to talk about on the complete flip side, firing up an offense. You see your two boys go down, 2 quick outs. You mix in a gapper right there.
And the center fielder is under it to make the catch, and the inning is over. Braves get a couple of hits here in plate 1. On now to the top of inning number 4. It's the Braves 4 and the Marlins nothing. Here's Starlin Castro back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's had to be sitting out over that outer half of the plate. For him to take those first 2 pitches right there, finds himself 0-2. I'll be surprised if the pitcher doesn't go right back to that spot.
So he racks
Now
up the
batting.
swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Starlin Castro becomes the first out of the inning. Ball hit out to Albies at second base. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th.
Now batting.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone,
Brian
and that'll bring up the
Anderson.
outfielder Brian Anderson. 0-1 the count. Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. And the Marlins had their first hit of the game.
Guys, that jacks me up right there. Kept his front shoulder tucked, the hip tucked.
Now
Was
batting.
able to stay inside
The
that
left fielder.
slider and drive it the other way.
Into the box now, Curtis Granderson, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Granderson, often referred to as the Grandy Man. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
Yeah, Matty, it's going to be interesting to see where this guy lands at the end of this season. A lot of variables come into place. He's had a long career. It's going to be interesting to see if a team steps out past 1 or 2 years for this player.
Here's the 1-2. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
Anderson is off at first with 2 away. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. Marlins leave 1. They're down 4. And the next in is Johan Camargo. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Second baseman.
Ready to take his hacks again, Ozzie Albies, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
The last at-bat, Matty B, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Now batting.
Ready now, Brian McCann. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Braves are set down 1-2-3, but they're in front 4-0. Welcome back to SunTrust Park, just outside of Atlanta, as we send it down to check in with Heidi.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production. And he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Digging in to try it again, Jorge Alfaro. He'll start off the fifth in this one.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going. And the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Liner toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy so far. He's been throwing the ball really well, but that was one of the few mistakes we've seen him make.
The 0-1 delivery. Now here's a ball popped up. This behind the plate for McCann. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out. Now at the plate, Gabby Guerrero looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, big-time K last time up, and it's been a tough series for him so far. You can tell he's just not seeing the ball off this team. Let's see if he can make an adjustment right here.
And it's fouled away. Alfaro stands at second with 2 gone. Popped him up. Freeman waits on it. And that's the 3rd out. 1 left for Miami. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Into the box, Kevin Gausman comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
The pitcher, Kevin Gausman.
Now here's the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Guerrero has a beat on it. 1 down.
The center fielder, number 11.
So 1 away here with the bases empty. And that'll bring up Ender Inciarte. And now a pitch on the way. Swing and a liner, but foul. The windup and the 0-1. Hit back up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
Hey, pitchers, you better start taking notice of this guy. He better be circled on that lineup card because he's on fire. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game right there, and I don't see him stopping.
Your attention, please.
Now the Marlins skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound.
Number 57.
And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. The 1-0. And there he goes towards second. That's a strike to throw down. Perfect throw, and they got him at second.
Well, in my opinion, this one all came down to the catcher's footwork on that throw. That was just perfect. You have to use your feet to get your body into a good throwing position for an accurate throw.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Braves go down without a whimper here. They lead it 4-0. JT Riddle will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Number 10, JT Riddle.
Riddle, a 6'1" left-handed hitter, but throws right-handed. He was a 13th round pick back in the draft of 2013.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive. But this will be taken in out there at short, and that's the first out of the inning. Ready once again, Starlin Castro. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
1-1 to the Marlins leadoff hitter. A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2. Gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout.
Now batting, shortstop, Miguel.
Ready for another chance? Miguel Rojas. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Now here it comes. Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1.
Hey, you can tell by the look on that manager's face, he's obviously frustrated right now. But it's a long season. You're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows with your offense. Does he take a step back and relax a little bit, or does he call a team meeting right after this one?
Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw in time, and the side is retired. We'll see Freddie Freeman start things off when we return. Heart of the order. Adam Conley will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
For Miami, number 64.
At the plate, Freddie Freeman. His career numbers with Adam Conley. He carries a .421 batting average. He also has 1 home run. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
You could tell he was thinking fastball all the way here, and that's exactly what he got. He was able to get the bat hit out front and pull it into the gap in the right center. Now they're set up pretty nicely for a good inning after that leadoff double.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lifted in the air out to center field. Sierra patrolling center makes the play. 1 out. Settling in now, Ronald Acuna. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
Junior.
First pitch on its way. To short, hit hard. The throw will go to third.
Now took a real risk by going after the lead runner there heading into third. That's always a tough call, and it's hard to fault them for being aggressive. But you hate not to get an out when the batter was giving himself up.
In now, Johan Camargo. Line down the left field line. But this will be foul. 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or are you still looking for the double play ball?
This is a great spot to be in as a pitcher. You have 2 strikes, you can bury one for a potential strikeout, and at worst, keep the ball.
And they'll add another as this is now a 5-0 game.
The batter, number 1.
Ozzie Albies will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This is line to left, and a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Roll. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his 3rd run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup, and that's exactly been the case today. He not only mixed in that big bomb, but now he's got 3 ribbies to boot.
skied into straightaway right. Guerrero has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Kevin Gausman. And a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. Looking to minimize the damage here. But right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. We're through 6 full. It's the Braves 6 and the Marlins nothing. Back here at SunTrust Park, 7th inning straight ahead with the Braves leading this one. But before we get it started, let's take a look there at the game summary to this point. Ready for another shot now. Brian Anderson. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
And now a pitch on the way. Heading out towards shallow right. Markakis has a read on it. 1 down.
Now batting.
At the plate, Curtis Granderson. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
Ready with the 0-2. Hit hard up the middle. And that finds its way into center for a 1-out base hit.
Everybody's different coming out of spring training. Some guys get off to torrid starts. Some guys struggle. This is one that struggled, but maybe that single gets him going.
No balls and 1 strike. Granderson, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Lined into right, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, this might be their best opportunity to at least get on the board. They've been struggling offensively, and they find themselves with 2 runners on board. Let's see if they can continue it.
Digging in now, Neil Walker. And his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
So striding forward now, Gabby Guerrero. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Now the 0-1. He couldn't catch up with the gas that time.
2 mid-90s fastballs and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to take a deep breath and pop commit. You're either all in on another fastball or you're fine.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Marlins strand a pair. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. And we're back for the bottom of the 7th as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves offense with their manager Brian Snitker during the commercial break. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said they're doing an excellent job with pitch selection, meaning they're swinging at the right pitches and doing damage with them. The numbers back that up. 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet, guys.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Here's Ender Inciarte. His career numbers with Adam Conley. He carries a .308 batting average.
Ender Inciarte.
First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Hey, they've obviously locked in on something here. They know this pitcher likes to get ahead, and they've done nothing but be aggressive early in the count. There's another leadoff single to get him going.
Stepping in now, Nick Markakis, as it's on the ground toward the hole. And there's his first base hit in this one. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here.
Your attention, please.
So with a left-handed hit.
Is for Miami. Now pitching and batting in the 6th spot, number 31, Caleb Smith. Now playing first base and batting 9.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. This is pulled into right. Guerrero is there, 1 away.
Now batting.
Here's the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ronald Acuna. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. First pitch of the at-bat. On a line, that's a base hit into left field. Granderson will get it in quickly, and that'll hold the runner at third base.
Boy, this is a big inning, Bruin. How about back-to-back-to-back singles? The bags are loaded, and he is in deep trouble.
Yes, he is, no doubt about it. Nothing fires you up more than knocking the donut off your bat on the on-deck circle and realizing all the pillows are taken right.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. 1 run is scored. And this is turning ugly now as this ball's down for extra bases. In to score is the runner from first, make it 9-0.
Sometimes it's hard to explain when a game is this lopsided. A lot of things just kind of snowball on you. One thing leads to another, a big hit, which leads to another, some bad defense, some shoddy pitching. Next thing you know, you look up, and you're on the wrong side of it.
Oh, and Alvarez boots it. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the third out of the inning. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. 8th inning coming up. The Braves lead it 9-0. Digging in once again, Magneuris Sierra. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Pat. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Pitch on the way. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on. And if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
The 0-2 once more. Stays alive, still 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. And another foul ball. The 1-2. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Acuna is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first out. Now to the plate, Pedro Alvarez. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. The windup and the 0-1. Fouled off. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. High in the air out to center field. Inciarte is there, 2 gone. Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, Starlin Castro. 4th trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he is.
Shot to first base, and a great play to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Marlins. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Striding into the box, Brian McCann. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Brian McCann.
First pitch on its way. Hit hard on the ground to second. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right.
Hey, not an easy thing to do right there, D-Row, with that stacked infield on the right side. You hit it through where the shift is. Have to hit that in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he found a good result right there, Dan. Pitcher actually executed right there. Got him to hit it where he wanted to, but good barrel, good contact on that ball, and was able to find the hole.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Sierra is right there, 1 down. One away for the Braves here in inning number 8. And that'll bring up Ender Inciarte. First delivery to him on the way. Hit out towards second. And that's through, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Now in the box, Nick Markakis. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
This will hang up just long enough to be run down in shallow left for a tough second out. Stepping in for the Braves, Freddie Freeman. He's roped a couple of doubles in 3 trips to this point. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. From the stretch. Line towards center field. Oh, and he misses it. McCann is on his way home. He'll score easily. Way out in front, now up by 10.
Yeah, Matt, hard to stay focused on the game when the score is this far out of hand, especially when you're on the losing side of it. Even as broadcasters, it can be a little bit challenging to stay fully dialed in.
Austin Bryce comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Sierra looking up. Out of here to the deepest part of the yard.
Well, it's obvious they didn't change their scouting report after yesterday's game. He had 2 bombs yesterday and another one today. Hey, this pace can't continue, but he's going to ride this wave as long as he can.
0-1 the count. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. The 0-2 home. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The next 0-2. Hard liner to center field. Sierra is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So they score 4 times on 4 base hits, no errors, and no one left. 9th inning coming up. The Braves on top, 13-0. Arodys Vizcaíno comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. So digging in now, Miguel Rojas. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully. Boy, Dero, the game of
Now
baseball has changed. There's so much velocity in the game. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he smoked the other way.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor. When a guy's throwing that hard, 96 miles an hour, you have to honor that fastball and try and work it the other way to keep you on the off speed.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Standing in, Curtis Granderson. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Ready with the 0-1. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Hey, that's got to throw the batter's game plan off a little bit. He thinks sinker's coming. Double play situation. He gets the ordinary fastball. He's got to be thinking what's coming next.
Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. Rojas, base runner at first with one out. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
At the plate, Jorge Alfaro. Previously against Vizcaíno, just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. First offering on its way. Hit on the ground out to short. Backhanded. On to first, and that's your ball game.
Wow, that's 8 wins in a row, and it seems like they can't do anything wrong. When you're riding a streak like this, you eat the same food, you drive the ballpark the same way, you do everything.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the Atlanta Braves pounded out 17 hits in this one as they beat the visiting Marlins 13-0. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. The Nationals got 12 hits in this one as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 5-4. The Twins hit 3 long balls as they took the win in extra innings over the Phillies 4-1. The Chicago Cubs combined to allow only 4 hits as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 5-2. The Pirates grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 4-3. The St. Louis Cardinals bested the visiting Padres 2-1. The Red Sox racked up 11 hits as a team as they got a road win against Arizona 3-2. The Dodgers allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 5-1. The Rays got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 5-3. The Bronx Bombers picked up, 19 hits in this one as they beat the O's in Baltimore 9-6. Tim Anderson launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total as the Chi Sox took care of the Mariners 6-3. Carlos Santana had a big day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3, helping the Indians push past the Blue Jays 4-2. The Tigers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 4-0. Sin-Shu Chu was a clutch performer at the dish with 4 RBIs as the Rangers pulled away from the Angels 8-4. The Houston Astros grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 3-1. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.